Okay. Good afternoon. This is my review on the movie The Butterfly Effect, starring Ashton Kutcher. Basically, to get summary of it, if you don't know about it, um, Ashton Kutcher is the main character, um, and he's a man who, as a child and a teenager, was abused. In the movie, we also see a lady who he knows grew up with whose father molested her. Um, so when he's in college, he gets these blackouts and stuff from trauma of his past. We all been through things where we want to block it out or things that happened to us. Um, so it's basically with the psyche and cognition and just trying to reevaluate that. But he's in college and he comes across his journals as when he was a child. He starts reading them, reflecting on all the bad things that happened to him, and then he noticed that once he read his journals, he's able to actually go back in time. This is when the movie starts to become interesting because he basically has a chance to go back in time, not only remember everything that happened because of his blackouts, but he's able to change parts of his life. So basically, a redo as many times as he wants because it always happens once he reads his journals. He goes back in time and he notices that all he wants to do is change his outcome and also change the girl's outcome. He doesn't want them to ever experience the molestation or the abuse. However, in him trying to do something beneficial and help them to become better people, it actually changes something in the future. Um, for instance, he'll change something from his past, and then in the future, he'll be in jail or he'll be a lawyer. Like, you never know, it could be good or bad. However, in every instance, with the girl, something always happened with her. Um, so he basically wanted to be a hero per se and save her from this trauma. Um, to get into science and psychology is really a great movie. It makes you think a lot. It makes you wonder about different things. When I watched the movie, this was probably like my fourth time watching it because it's really good. Um, it just makes you think that a lot of people go through things and it's just how you deal with it. And I was researching. I went on psychologytoday.com, just different things with the psyche and your consciousness. And there's a lot of things that are unconscious speaks up to us, and it's like the little, I'm sorry, iceberg, where we have the things that we are conscious of course, we have that preconscious, and then the stuff that's way below the surface that sometimes reaches out just a little bit to remind us. But what I came across is what is called effective forecasting, and that's basically the prediction of one's effects in the future. Um, Basically, this is ties into it because of him going in the past and trying to change things to better the future. Um, you're trying to, you're trying to understand exactly what you can do in order to prolong your future. Um, for instance, if you were molested, you're not going to want to go to that same route that you were taught to before. You don't want it to keep on being a reoccurring thing. So you think of what can you do now or what could you have done back then in order to make sure that your future is better than what you're living right now. Um, with it, the forecasting, I believe that's what Ashton Kutcher is dealing with and changing everything, trying to change it to make it better, but it's not. Something's always wrong. Um, with this, just like in the movie, at the end, he realizes that once he actually gets her to not be abused or molested and everything, the ultimate decision is that they can never meet. Because in every instance, when they meet or are in contact with each other, something bad happens. So he basically goes in the past one more time. He makes it so they never met and he burns his journals. And then that's the life that they're living, not knowing each other, and everything is better. He's a businessman and she's good. So with that being said, exactly with the affecting forecasting, in some of the studies, they indicate that predicting specific emotions in response to making complex social events leads to a greater inaccuracy. So you can see it just with this when you're trying to keep on predicting different emotions or changing those emotions, that in the end is not very accurate. Like, you have to deal with something else. So I hope you guys watch the movie, and I hope I kind of explained with the psychology part of it. So yeah, have a good day.